We're here with Quentin Holmes, outfielder out of New York. Quentin, how did you get into baseball? What are some of your earliest memories of playing the game?
Let's see. I would say I began around the age of 4 at Elm Jack Little League, which was in Jackson Heights, where I live. And my brother started playing 4 years before me. He's 4 years older, so he started playing. And growing up with him, I started to like the game. So then I was playing, and then I guess in Pee Wee, I was 5 years old playing with the 6-year-olds, and I hit my first home run in the All-Star game. And then I think that's when everything really started for me.
Who are some influences on your career thus far? Maybe some coaches or people in your life who have pushed you towards the game and have helped you get to this point that you're at right now?
Most important, I would say Joe Francisco. He coaches the New York Steelheads out in Farmingdale, New York. And the summer going into my freshman year, he took me from behind the plate and put me out in the outfield. So I think that definitely changed my life immensely.
That's one of your biggest strengths as a player is your ability to play the outfield. Kind of what was the progression of your defense like? Just watching you this week, it seems like you have very good reads off the bat and kind of have very good instincts out there. Kind of what was maybe the beginning of your outfield career like, and kind of how have you progressed to this point?
I mean, I could say I definitely got better on reading the ball, and I learned to read where the pitcher and the catcher set up at the plate, so I know I can lean towards one way or lean another way if they're spotting up. And I can tell by the batters and how late they're swinging. If they're early, then I can lean towards that way. And most of the time the pitcher and the catchers help me out, and then my eyes, I just have to focus in on with the spin on the ball sometimes and just guess where it's going.
And then offensively, you've shown pretty well this week. Kind of what has been the progression of your swing and maybe your offensive game over the years?
I can say my swing definitely got a lot faster, a lot quicker, more short to the ball, and I stayed through the zone a little bit longer than I used to. I've been working with Yeoman Wilder in Harlem, New York, and he definitely taught me that it's important to stay short to the ball and be very quick to it.
Being a Northeast guy, especially a New York City guy, kind of what does it mean to you to be out here in a field of guys who's mostly Florida, Texas, California, to kind of represent your state a little bit?
It definitely feels good being able to play well and represent my state. And standing out and among these guys and playing with the best in the country while I'm one of the ones from New York that are here is definitely a great experience for me.
You're committed to Mississippi State. Kind of what went into that process? Obviously, they've got a strong program. Kind of what was their initial dialogue with you like, and when did you ultimately make that decision?
So I would say in June of last year at the Perfect Game Junior National, I played very well, and the Mississippi State recruiter reached out to my summer coach, which was Joe Francisco, and he said that he would like to talk to me. So I called him a couple times when I was there. And then a few weeks later, I went down to Georgia for Perfect Game Tournament, and I played well there at the 17U. And then I was still in contact with the Mississippi State coach, and then I liked his energy and the vibe. And then I looked up some things about the school. I liked a couple of programs there. And then in August, I flew down there for a day, saw the school. I liked everything down there. I talked to the academic advisors. Everything sounded good over there. And then I flew back, and the next day I made my decision.
So is there anything about you, maybe not even baseball related, that's just kind of an interesting fact or quirk about you, kind of something that you think that people would want to know about?
Let's see. I would say the batting cage that's in my backyard. My sophomore year, my father and I put up a batting cage in my backyard because we just didn't see any need for a basketball court there anymore. So we put a batting cage about 40 feet long, maybe 20 feet wide. And now with a couple of friends that graduated from my high school and kids from around the city, we have a hitting academy. And we call it Nose Hitting Academy because Bo Nose inspired all of us. And then so we do hitting and running, and of course running. I teach some kids how to run, try to get them faster, ladder work and all of that. And then some throwing drills, some outfield drills, working on routes and all of that. And it's definitely fun doing that. I mean, kids from all ages come around, and one of my friends, a younger brother, comes. He's about 9 years old. He comes to hit with me, and then one kid that was going to Maritime College, he came back to me because he said he needed to learn how to hit. So I tried to help him out a little bit, keep him short to the ball, and things like that.
Do you kind of embrace that role as like a little bit of a leader in your local community there?
Yes, definitely. I've been captain on the varsity baseball team for 2 years, and which was my sophomore year I began, and there were two guys, Jorge Mercado and Anthony Finelli. They really showed me the way how to do the right things because they were the valedictorian of their years, and I mean, they did everything correctly, and they played well on the field too. So on and off the field, I learned how to be a great person.
Well, that's all we got for you. Thanks, Quentin.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.